Merseyside Police are making security plans for the week ahead as Southport locals are showing their concern after yesterday night's violent riots. And now 4 men have been arrested and taken into custody. More than 50 police officers were injured after bricks, stones and bottles were thrown and cars were set alight outside a mosque following the vigil for the 3 girls tragically killed in the Southport knife attack on Monday. And GBNews' North West Wing reporter Sophie Reaper is still in Southport. Sophie, welcome to the show. So a town ravaged by tragedy with the 3 killings of those children, now the riots, in a sense a town re-traumatised by that. And the latest news, Sophie, we have 4 arrests. Bring us up to speed.
Well, Martin, in the last half an hour or so, we've heard from Merseyside Police. They're making a request to the public to send in any videos or information they may have from those riots last night here in Southport, as that investigation is now underway. You say there were over 50. It was 53 police officers, 49 from Merseyside Police and 4 from the Lancashire Constabulary. That is because Merseyside Police asked for the other constabularies in the northwest to come and essentially give them a helping hand. They were commended this morning. Officers from Lancashire, Greater Manchester and Cheshire all made the journey to Southport to try and support their colleagues here in the Merseyside region. Those officers received injuries such as broken bones, lacerations, concussion. There were also 3 police dogs who were injured last night. Now, we've also heard in the last half an hour about these 4 men who were arrested and taken into custody. There was a 31-year-old man from St Helens. He was arrested on suspicion of violent disorder. A 31-year-old man from West Derby in Liverpool was arrested on suspicion also of violent disorder. A 39-year-old man from Southport was arrested again on suspicion of violent disorder. And this is the crucial one here at the end. A 32-year-old man from Manchester with a probation address in Southport was arrested on suspicion of array and possession of a bladed article. So those 4 men now in custody. One would assume they'll be questioned by detectives based on the riot that we saw here in Southport last night. Now, Serena Kennedy of Merseyside Police has spoken out about the events of last night, condemning them, and here's what she had to say.
I'm absolutely appalled and disgusted at the level of violence that was shown towards my officers. This is the same officers who've been supporting this community for the last 48 hours. Some of the first responders who attended that awful scene on Monday and then were faced with that level of violence. This is not Southport. This is not the communities of Merseyside. This is a close-knit, family-type community who were there at the vigil to share fellowship, show their respect, grieve, speak to each other about those terrible events and just show the families of those little girls how much this has impacted on them. And yet that turned to a night of violence, and I'm just disgusted and appalled.
Well, that's the Merseyside Chief Constable Serena Kennedy speaking there, and I think she really highlights that contrast that we saw here yesterday. Members of the Southport community were coming out in the morning and doing what they can to support those police officers who were the first responders on Monday after that stabbing attack. They were doing what they could, bringing them cups of tea and offering bacon sandwiches, and then a complete contrast last night, the police being injured and attacked by those at the riot. And that is exactly why I think members of the Southport community have been so keen to highlight the facts that this is not Southport. You heard Serena Kennedy say that this is not Southport, this is not what they do, and this was not local residents that were there last night.
Well, Sophie, it's worth pointing out, though, that of those 4 arrests there, 2 of them are from Southport. 2 of them were from Southport addresses. One of them, their 32-year-old, originally from Manchester, in Southport, arrest of a bladed weapon. That may well have been that arrest that happened at the vigil. That was well documented on social media. Somebody was arrested with a knife. But can we talk about about looking forward now, what the community is trying to do to pull together, because we don't want to see any more scenes like last night. Are there any indications so far, Sophie, that may repeat itself tonight?
Well, earlier today, the Chief Constable did comment about the potential for that. Merseyside Police have said that they are perhaps concerned about a repeat of last night's events. I will say in the last 30 minutes or so, it's not there now, but we have seen a police helicopter. Now, there's nothing to suggest, nothing to confirm that that is anything to do with what has been going on the past few days. But Merseyside Police, as I say, have said that they are perhaps concerned about something similar happening here tonight.
Sophie Reaper, live from Southport. Thank you very much for joining us. Excellent as ever. Thank you.